working? Okay. Please don't fall. Okay. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So as I promised you, as I said in my previous video, today I'm gonna be talking about stealth camping. So I do want to talk about places where you can stealth camp, as well as what helps to be stealthy and how to kind of blend in and go unnoticed. That information is good if you are in the city and you're gonna be staying in the city for a while for whatever reason, or you're just working like a regular job in one city and you just, you know, live in the van to save money. Obviously, I'm not like the expert of stealth camping. There are plenty of people out there who made videos about it as well, and there's probably plenty of people out there who even know more information than I do. But in this video I'm going to be talking from my experience. Everybody has different experiences and everybody has different ways of staying stealthy, so this video is going to be just my personal experience. The first thing I want to talk about is where to find a good spot, or where do we usually stay when we're in the city. So there's a few things or a few places that are good. Number one, motel and hotel parking, especially if it's like a busy one, because cars are coming in and out. Not all motels or hotels will allow you to park there, or some of them will have where you have to pay for parking. So you can always try to find a hotel or motel that has like an open lot where you can kind of park. Another option is apartment complexes. So apartment complexes are actually an amazing option because people always coming in and out of there, especially if it's a big and a busy one. Another spot is industrial areas. So usually industrial areas are very good to park at. However, some of them could be somewhat dangerous, so I would definitely do some research about the city and that area, maybe look into the crime rates. Obviously with industrial areas there's going to be a lot of semi trucks driving by, there could be a lot of noise, so if you're a very light sleeper that might not work for you, but there's always earbuds or earplugs that you can wear to help you with that. The one thing is, some places where you don't want to park is in front of somebody's house. You definitely don't want to draw a lot of attention to yourself. So I wouldn't recommend parking in front of somebody's house or in like a very nice neighborhood where it's just houses all around, because people will notice and people will complain. Another good spot to park at overnight is like abandoned businesses lots. I feel like each city has at least one of those. Each city at least has one of those where you can park. I would recommend only staying one night there because once again, you don't want to draw attention to yourself. I feel like one thing that gets people kicked out from the spots is bring attention to yourself, and there's a lot of different ways you can avoid that, which I'm gonna talk about in this video as well. But the whole premise of stealth camping is to camp somewhere and not being noticed. Hey guys, this is like a few days later, and I want to kind of elaborate on one point that I made in this video. I talked about like don't park in front of people's houses in like residential neighborhoods. So it's totally fine to park there. What I mean is like don't park in front of somebody else's house, and I found like a perfect example of like a good parking spot. I'm walking Lily right now, it's morning, so I wanted to like film it and show it to you guys what like a good parking spot looks like and like what a bad parking spot looks like. Alright, so this is what a good parking spot looks like. You see over here there's a fence, so parking your van over here is perfect because you're not parking in front of like somebody's house. By parking your van there, you're not blocking anybody's windows, there's just a fence, so that's a good parking spot. And then over here we have a bad parking spot. So like parking your van over here is a bad idea because you're right in front of somebody else's house. So they will definitely notice that there's a huge van or RV parked in front of their house, and they might call the cops, especially if they can see that there's somebody inside and living in there. So this is another good example. So this building over here, that's like a small apartment building. So a lot of these like neighborhoods will have like apartment buildings and houses. So finding a spot that's on the side of the apartment building or in the back side of it is perfect, because you're not, you know, in front of an apartment complex, like in front of main entrance. You're not in front of somebody's house. You're just kind of on the side, and you're not in anybody's way. So that's another good spot over here. Okay, so if you are needing to stay in the city for a while and you want to stay in like residential neighborhoods, there's a few things I can suggest. So number one is you want to find a neighborhood or a place where there is no parking restrictions on the street. So a lot of times the closer you get to downtown, the more parking restrictions are out there, even in residential neighborhoods. So like here in Portland, the closer you get to downtown, let's say East Portland, like very close to the river, even in residential neighborhoods there are parking restrictions, like 2-hour parking from, you know, that time to that time. And if you have a permit, you can pretty much park anytime. So that could work for you if you wake up early enough. So usually the restrictions don't apply in the middle of the night from like 9 p.m. to like 6 a.m. If you like to sleep in or hang out for a little while after you wake up, then finding a neighborhood that doesn't have any parking restrictions is your best bet. Second thing is try to find a couple of the spots that I showed you earlier that will be good for parking overnight. I would suggest like 3 to 5, if not more, and I would just rotate between all of them. So you definitely don't want to stay in the same spot for more than one night, because people will notice and they might complain. So definitely find a couple of spots and just rotate between all of them. And obviously try to be respectful. You are in somebody's neighborhood, you know, don't leave garbage behind, don't stay for more than one night, you know, don't make it obvious that you are camping there or living in your van. Try to be as stealthy as you can. Another thing is, I think it is important is you have to kind of trust your gut when you're trying to find a place to stealth camp. If you found a spot and you park and you feel like something is not right, just move. Find a safer spot, find a better spot. Definitely trust your gut. Try not to stay in the dangerous places. Don't be an annoyance to people who actually live in that neighborhood, you know. Try to come in late and try to leave early, because you don't get noticed, and you also don't want to people who live there to be uncomfortable. Remember, you're just a guest pretty much, so try to not leave any garbage, try to be quiet, just to come in and out, you know, treat that place as just a place to sleep and not to actually camp. So there's a few things you kind of have to do if you want to stealth camp, and obviously you don't have to do anything, but these are the things that I think would help not to get noticed by the people and not get kicked out. Number one thing that I like to do personally is to get everything ready before going to the camping spot. So if you need to make your bed, get your bed ready first. Make sure to cover all the windows so there's no light coming through. You know, get your laptop or your cell phone in the bag ready for you. Get your headphones in, brush your teeth, wash your face, change into your PJs, whatever you need to do for you to go to sleep, do it before you even get to the spot. So that way when you actually park your van, you don't have to go outside. You can just hop in the back and you're ready to lay down and do whatever. The number one thing that people get kicked out for is, like I said, is being noticed, and usually you get noticed by either have lights on your van so people can see that you have lights inside, or noise. So like let's say you watch YouTube videos or you're watching a movie or whatever it might be, talking on the phone. So when people hear you inside, they're automatically gonna be like, oh, there's a person inside, what are they doing inside this van that late at night? Like, are they gonna be sleeping there? Let's call the cops. So definitely get everything ready beforehand so you can just hop in the back, lay down, do your thing, and go to sleep. For the light not to escape, you have to make sure that your windows are covered. Getting sun blocking or light blocking fabric to cover your windows will help a lot. So another amazing thing that will help you is make sure you have a curtain that's separating your cab from the back of the van. It helps a little bit with insulation properties, so it will help your van to stay warm when it's cold outside or stay cool when it's hot outside, and it also helps with the whole light thing. So if you live in an RV, let's say, then stealth camping could be a little bit harder than if you were in just a regular converted cargo van. So number one, when people see RVs, they automatically assume that somebody is using that RV to travel in or sleep in. So if that RV is parked, self-camping in RV is harder. It's not impossible, but it's definitely harder. If you're in an RV, staying in one spot for more than one night is definitely not a good idea. Being in the cargo van is a bit different, because when people see just plain regular white cargo van, they don't automatically assume that it's used for traveling and camping and living in, so they don't pay attention to it as much or don't notice it as much. So this is gonna be it for my video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. I also want to do a huge thank you to all of my patrons out there. Thank you so much for supporting this channel and making this videos possible. Without your help and support, I wouldn't be able to do this, so thank you. Once again, I really hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you on the next one.